The ANC says it's all hands on deck to ensure the country and the economy is spared from further rolling blackouts. The party has also dismissed alleged reports of a rift between the three ministers in the energy cluster on efforts to address the energy issue.
It's an assumption that there's a fight. There isn't a fight. And the issue of roles and responsibilities are delegated by the president. From a policy point of view as the ANC, we are saying we want to see end of load shedding. But I understand that the president will be doing some of the proclamation. You know how the government separates the powers in terms of departments and all those. They are done in terms of proclamations. And maybe that could have been the gap that has led to perception of perhaps fights. But what has been happening is that Comrade Skutla has been working with both Comrade Mandashe and Comrade PG Praveen.
The ANC NEC is worried about the impact of load shedding on crime-fighting efforts on the health sector and the ability for the economy to grow and create jobs.
Your operations that needs to be done where there is a need to have electricity. So those costs that are taking even in our health sector, whether you talk about even in terms of those of who are in the built environment would say the cost of production for even building material is high. You go into education, the impact thereof for learners to be able to do their schoolwork. So the impact of electricity broadly, it does not only impact on the economy. And we look at the impact again on economic growth, you'd see that production in South Africa continues to go down. There's reported issues around the cost of doing business were higher, but because of electricity now, if you are running a business, you've got to be able to provide alternative energy. But those who are small businesses, some of them can't afford, and therefore, in the hours there's no electricity, they close. So this has an impact in terms of our ability to be able to create jobs, our ability to be able to see the economic growth to recovery.
Since taking office about 2 months ago, Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramakgopa has been on a fact-finding mission at the country's power stations. This has culminated in a detailed short to long-term plan of action to address South Africa's energy crisis. This plan was taken to the ANC's National Executive Committee that is meeting this weekend. He has proposed a 6-month winter plan that includes the fixing of open cycle gas turbines, a ramped-up procurement of diesel, and the addressing of the load capacity factor.
What we know about the diesel situation is that in the 18% tariff increase that NERSA has granted to Eskom, the Eskom is building 8 billion rands to procure diesel. And then we know that in terms of the fiscal relief that the Minister of Finance has provided to Eskom, there's an additional 22 billion rands that the Eskom has made available for the procurement of diesel. So the point we're making there is that we have, as I speak to you, confirmed about 30 billion rands that is available for diesel procurement.
There is also a 6 to 18 month plan that will see units from some of the utilities power plants coming back online and power stations rehabilitated.
So first is that the Kusile Unit 1, 2, 3 that had failed as a result of the flue gas desulfurization challenges that led to the structural integrity of the chimney at Kusile. We removed about 2,100 megawatts. So we know that in terms of our timelines, that 3 of these units are going to come on stream. They are going to come on stream late this year. The last of the 3 units is going to come on stream by the 24th of December. The first one will come in November. So we know now that by Christmas Eve, we'll have an additional 2,100 megawatts from Kusile. And then there's an additional unit that was not fired, essentially is going to be commissioned, and this unit will come in February of next year. So that's another 700 megawatts of that will be installed at Kusile.
The plan is to see about 4,500 megawatts saved in 6 months. A generator has also been procured from the Netherlands to help revive Medupi. They also want to get an additional 1,000 megawatts from Mozambique once agreements are signed. Katlego Logodi, SABC News, Boksburg.